South China Morning Post, 5 March 2024. The friendship year between China and North Korea should not harm U.S. allies. China has client states and bankrupt allies. North Korea is one of China's two lapdogs and a rogue state. Pakistan is the other one. China, which serves as both a bridge and a moat between North Korea and the world community, is once again at the center of geopolitical unrest amid rising tensions on the Korean peninsula. Following a meeting between U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang on the fringes of the Munich Security Conference on February 16, there was a feeling that both nations were stepping up their cooperation in resolving the Korean peninsula situation. However, in what both countries are referring to as a friendship year, China's tight links to North Korea complicate matters and highlight Beijing's involvement. The diplomatic ties between China and North Korea have existed for 75 years this year. The nations have committed to working together for regional peace and stability, among other goals. According to recent reports in North Korean media, Beijing and Pyongyang have a unique connection that cannot be wrecked, and the development of long-standing ties of friendship and cooperation is demanded by the era. The chairman of the Korean Workers' Party, Kim Jong-un, criticized the US-led anti-communist fight and pushed for more significant ties with anti-imperialist independent countries during the party's December plenary, which focused on the dangerous security environment on the peninsula. Thus, increasing connections with China are a sign of North Korea's efforts to subvert the standing of the United States and its allies in the area. Despite China's outreach to Seoul on the tight situation on the peninsula, Seoul is growing increasingly concerned about the nature of the Beijing-Pyongyang partnership, which is anticipated to have vibrant exchanges. Concerns are increased by the potential for high-level relations between North Korea and Japan, as suggested by Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida in a statement that was warmly welcomed by Kim Yo-jong, Kim Jong-un's sister and the Korean Workers' Party's deputy department director. Seoul believes that a thaw in North Korea-Japan relations could lead to fissures in the trilateral alliance, even if the US, Japan, and South Korea have pledged to work together more closely on the North Korean issue. Given the present developments in the area, China's ability to manage its place in a complex security arrangement is essential for maintaining stability and peace in the region. Beijing is unlikely to isolate Seoul in the process, even though North Korea would expect Beijing to act as a faithful friend. China and South Korea have interconnected supply networks due to their significant commercial relationship. A trade disruption that would negatively impact China's exports in the area would result from isolating Seoul. However, given their entangled security conditions, North Korea has been China's natural ally since the Korean War. Furthermore, China will probably feel singled out in a tight security environment and align itself more closely with the North Korea-Russia nexus due to the sanctions imposed by the US and the EU on Chinese enterprises. Beijing will most likely act as a mediator when giving up on Pyongyang or Seoul seems unlikely. China prioritizes regional stability, much like it did during the six-party talks. Beijing is likely to balance its way out of a crisis because it understands the necessity for stable regimes to pursue its economic objectives. Still, there's no denying that China's backing has frequently made North Korea more determined. China and North Korea are entering a period of increasing economic cooperation that could bolster North Korea's economy and, if uncontrolled, accelerate its nuclear proliferation program. Beijing is also concerned about Pyongyang's nuclear weapons. Still, if it considers itself singled out by the US and its allies, China is unlikely to take decisive action against North Korea's aggressiveness. Moreover, Pyongyang will find alternate routes through Beijing and Moscow, making any sanctions imposed against the country essentially useless. The resurgent China-North Korea partnership poses a severe threat to the United States and its allies. Determining how to handle this situation would be a top priority for the trilateral alliance. Severe actions and counteroffensives may only strengthen North Korea's shell and inflame China's hostility. It seems improbable that the region could be peaceful and stable under such circumstances. However, collaboration might be a more practical course of action. Therefore, Washington should treat collaboration as two distinct issues and work closely with Tokyo and Seoul to ensure that neither of its friends feels threatened to the point where such actions may cause the alliance to fall apart. In addition, the US should aggressively seek Chinese collaboration regarding North Korea. Washington needs to prioritize their shared interests in the region and be willing to collaborate closely with Beijing, even as it remains cautious about the potential threats posed by the China-North Korea alliance. In the foreseeable future, closer cooperation with China would encourage North Korea to engage in communication and collaboration. Washington must welcome any indications of cooperation and diplomatic moves that could follow from such an agreement.